I started getting invited to parties, and I'm an alcoholic, so I like had one beer and was like, "This is the greatest thing."
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
This
wow, suddenly I feel super cool and normal.
God,
and you're like throwing up. And you're like, everybody's talking about me.
We're not in the space we were before. We're in a bigger space.
Oh, nice.
That like fucking huge table is just like not. It's like cement and 7,000 pounds and so big. And so we're like,
and is it your table that you own? The studio doesn't own it?
The studio, or Mike owns it. The studio owns it, but the angles are not so cute. And there's one where it's like you're looking at everyone, and it's like, who's gonna take the chin bullet on this one?
Oh, gotcha.
In our old studio, we didn't have the angle. Well, maybe it was just the first few episodes we did with guests. But if I sat in the middle, the whole time I was like,
it sucks.
Yeah,
it's so hard.
And so
it sucks.
It was like, and then when I would edit the clips, I would be like huge because I was sitting in front
the closest, yeah.
And then also I'd like gesticulate, so like it was like the camera's on Brittany, and then I'd be like this the entire time. It still happens a little bit, but it's not as bad now because we fixed it.
It takes a while to like really get it working, but
thanks, buddy.
especially female comedians like don't want to collab on clips where they look like shit. And I'm like, I get it.
No, of course.
And I'm
that's
like,
why we don't have a 4K camera.
Yeah.
I think just kidding. We have nothing to do with that.
0K. I don't even.
I know.
Let's
if
go
it's
back
8
to
pixels,
audio.
if it's 16 pixels, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I literally just posted a story where there was. Do you guys remember? I don't think you were here yet. I just turned my phone off.
Freak in the cave chair.
Yes.
I don't think I know. Wait. She's not the naked dancing lady.
She's the naked dancing lady.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a story about her.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is before comedy was clips.
Yeah.
It was just like everything happened and everyone knew, but no one said anything. And the world didn't know. And now it's dorks with tripods.
Do you know about this lady?
I don't know at all.
It'd be an open mic.
She's probably dead.
She'd get,
You think?
Is
she old or got a lot of miles on her?
Both, yeah.
Gotcha.
But she would get up there and did she go
taken
up?
Away.
Did she go up naked or did she strip on stage?
She stripped on stage.
Stripped on stage.
Yeah.
You can't let them have it all at once.
Yeah.
No.
I'd only gone to the creek a couple times and I didn't know this lady and I was sitting right next to her, me and my friend, and she's about to go up. There she is. Yep. Full butt.
Full butt. And just like a guy she met off Craigslist filming it. Who was
Hell yeah.
Later gonna probably
That's what
sexually
happened
assault her.
to me and my friend.
I mean, not that, but
yeah. And also, I don't know. And also that. I don't know. Yeah.
I queued up the God bless before you said that she was gonna get sexually assaulted.
Fuck.
Anyway, sorry.
She was about to go on stage and she turns to me and my friend who don't know this lady and didn't know what her thing was. And she's like, hey, can you film me? And we're like, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't get her camera right at first and it was pointed on us.
Great.
So we start filming and we're like, wait, we got to turn it around. And we don't even see what she's doing yet.
Oh my God.
And then we're filming us and then we look up and we're like,
she just has
and then it goes to her naked.
She just has a video of you reacting to her comedy.
Comedy used to be great.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you record for though? Is the reactions of people in the audience?
She would go live on Facebook for like other schizophrenics and it was like super sad and crazy, but she was really nice. She was. She's like a lot nicer than most other people I know. I miss her.
Oh man. Yeah, we need more people like that in comedy. I feel like
there's no fucking weirdos anymore.
I know, truly. Like I feel like all of the
But is that because we're doing fewer mics?
Maybe, but
just the ones I was attending.
But I also felt like there were weird people like close to comedy who would like go to shows and stuff.
Yeah.
But now that comedy Yeah.
Did you know Scraps?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
I don't know Scraps.
Scraps is like ethereal. Maybe he's like everywhere. Yeah.
But like I feel like because comedy is like kind of in a boom right now and everything's like cool, we don't have any like
everyone's hot and cool and young.
Totally. Everybody's 22, like literally dressed in like those like Victoria's Secret dresses. Like they're wearing like Leg Avenue on stage.
I know.
And then they're like not talking about anything because they don't have any life experience.
No, they're like, I'm bisexual. And I'm like, I'll shoot you right in the head. I'll kill you right now. Everyone I love is dead. Get off the stage.
I know, totally.
Be a fucking influencer. Why?
I know. Why
You're hot. Get money. This is like for poor, sad people.
Totally. Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just so crazy.
It bums me out.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
It's a podcast about how stupid we all are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Brittany's Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Allie O'Neill. Sorry, I have a string on my pants. Got it. I'm Allie O'Neill. Nice. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Allie O'Neill. And we have a very special stupid guest today. You can listen to her podcast respectfully.
Great
It's
pod.
Andrea Allan.
Andrea Allan also just got married.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Last weekend. Beautiful wedding. I had so much fun.
It was so great.
Good. It was like very important to me that I had a cool person party. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to have a corny marriage where like I'm in a field and I look bad in the Instagram pictures. Absolutely not.
There's just like only like overhead lighting. And then brides are like, why are my pictures bad? I'm like, well, you took them outside.
You're dealing with everyone else's emotions about their pictures.
You had your wedding in the Portuguese club in Warren Island.
Dude, you're wearing a David's bridal dress. Kill yourself. I was wearing a leather corset. This slut went
amazing.
So great.
Thanks,
guys. Oh my God. I was trying to, this is funny. I was trying to.
We took a secret video of you.
Did you?
Because you had walked outside of the venue and we're like, God, she looks so good.
God,
and you were like
so
dancing
beautiful.
around and like talking to your friends.
Aww.
So it's like through the doorway, but then you stopped dancing and we started recording. So then it's just a video of you talking to your
Standing there.
Actually, all I have are just paparazzi looking photos of you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm like creepily like trying to be like, oh my God, she's so beautiful.
Oh my God.
Where are these at?
Say it again. If you're not hot on your wedding day, it is the biggest letdown of all time. If you look busted on your wedding day, disaster.
I feel so bad for everybody who got married between 2009 and 2015 because everything was teal and they had to wear a flower crown.
Doesn't it look like I'm sneaking up on you?
It does. It really does.
It's like badly shot.
I'm very formal
I have
looking.
a whole video of you, and then you could probably just hear me. Sorry, we're just showing you videos.
No,
of yourself.
we're kikiing about the wedding. I love it.
It was great.
Also unrelated, but my Instagram thinks I'm a restaurant, so I get ads over and over again for like wraps of stickers that say pastrami.
Love it.
Why would it think you're a restaurant though?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Steak.
What are you looking at that makes it think this?
No idea.
I think it's your fault.
I just made my Instagram a business account. Maybe that's it.
That is why. Because my name used to be Gash Tray on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a business account and then I would have like lawyers reach out and be like, hello, Gash Tray. And I would be like, God, this is hell.
God, that's hilarious. Oh, here's my video of you.
Oh my God. Who is she?
I know.
She's talking. She's wearing gloves. She's wearing a ball gown.
Amazing dress.
It was great.
Man.
It was a great night. Yeah. And I'm married. This is, like I said, this building, I believe, used to be in the McKibben Lofts, which was where indie sleaze drug addicts used to like suck each other off and fall down the stairs.
We've had so many people come in and say that.
Yeah.
Courtney McGinnis and Gastro Alamonte both came in and were like, I've gotten so fucked in this building.
So I was like, oh man, I used to like do ketamine and cry over boys who didn't think I existed. And now I'm like married and sober and like get anxious if I am in a room with too many people. So we've changed, we've grown.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What a beautiful round circle, full circle.
Full circle.
That was tough.
You are dumb. I love that.
A round circle.
Beautiful.
No,
this time to that time thing.
I know. People don't think that. People think I'm smart because I'm a little bit mean, but I really am just stupid.
And you're confident.
I'm confident.
And you have red hair, which somehow is different. And I'm like, it's different.
That's true.
She
but
knows
if you
things.
met everyone in my family who had red hair, you'd be like, oh, they could be dumb too.
That's true.
You'd be like, they could be dumb and have no teeth as well.
I've heard about your dad a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Your dad's hilarious.
Really
yeah, my dad's hilarious.
Man,
but he
you
doesn't
gotta
have
meet
red
this
hair.
guy.
That's not even the Irish side of my family.
What?
Well, my dad is Irish, but he doesn't claim that part of himself, I think, because my mother was Irish and he hates her.
Isn't that beautiful when your parents hate each other's guts?
Doesn't your mom do
and
the
then
same
one of them's
thing?
dead, love it.
She doesn't
I know.
She's always like, Polish people.
Oh, yeah,
right?
no. I would be like eating chips on the couch and my mother would be like, Jesus Christ, Allie, I can hear you fucking chewing all the way across the room. It's because of your big Polish head. And I'm like, I think you just hate dad.
Yeah.
Like your big head echoes it out.
And also, I don't have a big head.
No, you don't have a big
I
head
have a
at
little
all.
pinhead.
You have a beautiful, fragile, little
Tiny
red-haired
little
head. I love it.
like
I
a
wanna
cat.
You have a cute head.
Eat it. You have a great
I have
head.
a cute head.
I think it's your
Cute
face I'm
head,
talking
yeah.
about, but it's a cute head.
Yeah.
Because of the face.
I'll
Thank you so
also
much.
head the shit out of you. No, it's great.
Thank you so much.
No notes.
I'm gonna eat some chips and see if you think it's cute.
Yeah.
Then.
I'll think you're cute forever. I mean, my parents hate each other also because they had a tumultuous divorce. And my dad used to always be like, God, I should have divorced your mom before I was rich. And I was like, all right, well. Fair enough. I'm not also like a 50-year-old businessman who hates my wife. That's like my mom. But as a general comment, smart.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. Also, like,
so he got stock rich at the right
later.
time.
Yeah, I mean, he built his business with like the support of our family, and he also had like a bunch of chronic illness. It was a whole fucking thing. But like, you know, the man built an empire with like a supportive family and was like, how would I have 17 affairs and hide a bunch of money and call your mom a bitch?
He's a Chris Pratt. He's a John Mulaney.
He really is. Yeah.
Like whenever
Huberman, hey, get him in there.
Yeah, hey.
You know Huberman?
Oh, Andrew Huberman, the guy who like talks about sleep on podcast on the Joe Rogan podcast. Yeah,
also dating a lot of women. How does he have the time?
He also is a guy who got really famous and then started cheating and then divorced his wife.
Of course,
something like
that's
that.
What they all do. Decapitate all successful men. If you get to a certain income level, just cut it right off.
I know. Yeah. Also, it's like the thing with like Chris Pratt is there was like a period in time when girls thought it was like quirky to find him hot.
Yes.
And I'm like, first of all, he was like a little bit fat.
Yes, I
and
know.
Then charming and handsome.
Yeah.
And then people were like, I don't know, this is like my
I'm different.
I guess I'm a little bit different because I like Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec. And I'm like, you mean a hot guy?
Yes. Yeah. Hot successful actors. Yeah. That's so unique. You're so unique.
And then he fucked fucking Jennifer, god damn it, Lawrence.
I didn't know that.
I didn't take my meds today. That's why I'm slow.
That was a real round circle moment.
Round circle. Big, huge circle.
Dude.
It's a big circle.
Dude. Totally, dude.
Isn't it just all
and other platitudes right there with you. Yeah. To everything there's a season, circle. Yeah. Square.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we get into your stories.
Of course.
I just came from Comic-Con.
Really?
Whoa.
Why? I didn't know you went to Comic-Con.
I'm not into it at all. And I barely knew anything about it. Dwayne, his friend, got like free passes for us.
Damn.
Every time you date a guy.
That's sick because they're so expensive.
Yeah. Hundreds.
Yeah.
Wait, was Dwayne into it or just he's a nerdy friend?
He likes some of the video games.
Sure.
And some of the stuff. Yeah. Before we went, he was like, here's the thing. I'm not that into this stuff, but I know about it. So I'm going to sound really into it.
You're into it, Dwayne.
He's into
You're
it.
into it.
But so what's funny is a few days ago at Ambush, my show, I was talking to this guy who comes pretty regularly, and he was telling me about what he was up to this weekend. He was like, well, I'm going to be real tired this weekend. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, there's Comic-Con. It's like 4 days. But I didn't hear Comic-Con. Somehow I heard Ramadan.
Right.
Because Ramadan is 4 days.
Right.
And I was
like, are those things different? Okay. They're learning and growing.
Yeah. You go to Comic-Con, you can't eat until sundown.
Yeah. Well, then I got so confused because
You get a body pillow with a 14-year-old on it. You can't eat until sundown.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
He's like, I'm gonna be so tired, and I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. You're not gonna have any energy.
You're fully talking.
I was talking to him for like 2 minutes, and also I was like, I don't think it's the right time of year, but this is the guy who's celebrating it, so he'll know. And like,
that is so funny. That is something like in a sitcom that happens.
Yeah.
Like you have to write that down.
It went on
if you ever write
forever.
Like a pilot.
Yeah. And then he's like, yeah, it's a lot of walking around. I was like, what are you doing walking around? I was like, don't you need to conserve? Shouldn't you be watching movies the whole time or something? And he was like, what? And then I finally figured out. I was like, I thought you said Ramadan.
That's hilarious.
I was hoping that you would realize during the conversation and try to like slowly make your way out of it.
Try and make sense of everything I said. Yeah.
No, I like that you admitted it. I love when people admit that they're doing something stupid while they do it. It's so like,
oh yeah.
Okay, thank God.
Totally.
I like it too because I'm like, I did it again.
Look at me.
I'm always doing this.
Am
I me?
Hold on, I'll talk about something stupid you did. Okay, we all know that Brittany.
So I did. All right.
Yeah.
We all know that Brittany doesn't have autism, but she has the traits.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so
previous horse girl, we know.
Big time. And so we have a segment on this show called Rat News.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Because we like talking about rats. We talk about rats all the time.
Somehow it comes up every episode.
The problem is like there's not a lot of like news about rats.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so I was texting Brittany and she's like, do you have any rat news today? And I'm like, I don't have rat news, but I have news about crabs. Why can't rat news be something where we just talk about animals? And she's like, yeah. Like literally just and
totally.
I was like okay, and I'm like, this is Brittany being too literalist. Like we can make rat news whatever the fuck we want because it's our podcast, but she's like, but how is it going to be rat news?
People are going to know.
Not about rats.
I totally understand that interpretation because it is how I am a lot of the time. But it was just because I was rushing to get here.
Okay.
So I was just like, yeah, whatever.
I thought you were like, crabs? Okay, yeah.
Yeah is a microaggression. A macroaggression, to be honest. Yeah with a period is like, I have to kill myself
That's
now.
this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have to fall on a sword because this person hates my guts.
Yeah.
But I never sound like that in person, do you?
No, you don't.
When have I ever been like, yeah?
Well, no. There are times when I know that you're not excited by my idea, and you're like, I guess we could do that. So I thought it was that where you're like, I really think that rat news should be about rats. I really thought you were being a fucking purist about it.
Rats are rat-shaped animals, so mice count.
Yeah, and you talked about mice yesterday.
I was like, mice is fine.
Yeah.
And we talked about hamsters too, and I guess they're all the same, but I have something really cool to say about crabs.
We can do crab news.
No, I have other rat news I found.
Idiot. You know what's fun, because I have a podcast also on a comedy bestie, is I have bipolar disorder, medicated, ladies. But
One or two.
Two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
One, you think you're like God. Two, you're like, am I God? And then you're like, stop.
Yeah. I have a friend who's
You're
got
just
two.
arguing with yourself about whether you're God.
You're like, the way the wind is hitting the leaves kind of is a message from God. No.
Bipolar 1 is men and bipolar 2 is women.
I agree.
That's what I was thinking too.
So bipolar 1 is like a guy like killing his wife, and then bipolar 2 is like, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
For
and
sure.
that's how women.
And then sometimes having confidence and then saying, why are you like this?
Yeah. This is crazy. But I'll listen to I get a little into edgelord shit, unfortunately.
Oh, interesting.
Especially when I'm getting a little manic, I'm like, it's all connected is my vibe.
Yeah.
And so I'll text Lizzy 17 podcast ideas and she'll be like, hey.
She's like, how you doing?
Maybe this could come off a little. She's trying to tamper it down before I'm like, narcissism is a form of fascism, which is a disease. And she's like, okay, it's maybe a no. But do you
have a ritual for when you find yourself going to the manic state? Because that would be hard to not just indulge in.
When you're not diagnosed, you've no idea. I feel amazing. Why would I think there was something wrong with me?
Yeah.
And also I can work all night and not be tired and fuck some weirdo I met on the internet. I'm just living.
Yeah.
But I think when your body doesn't bounce back as quickly, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be fucked up for weeks because of this little crazy vacation I took in my brain.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm music sounds amazing in a way that's different, I am you have to take Ambien and meditate
and make sure you sleep.
Bike. I mean, try to sleep. So there's only so much you can do to stop the train from going full speed ahead.
Totally.
But it is, I mean, and not to interrupt the sanctity of rat news, but I will say,
God, no. I
so
clearly don't give a shit about it. She cares a lot. Too much, if you ask me.
But I do feel like bipolar people, we lack an ability to understand risk. So and especially social risks, we're just out there being like, I can tell you this and this is not crazy. So I am embarrassing. I've been embarrassing myself my whole, I can't even I didn't even realize till 6 months later that I'm like, whoa, that person probably has a weird opinion of you, but I'm just firing off and I keep going. So your podcast is, I'm very excited.
Well, I'm ready to get into it.
Let's
do the rat news later.
Yeah. I mean, we might not even have time for it.
Yeah, we might not have time.
And then me and Brittany can fight about it after this.
Yeah,
off camera, but
we've been promising listeners rat news, the 3 listeners. For weeks, and we keep forgetting to do it.
Meanwhile, my best friend from home is sending me videos of this guy who trains his dog to eat rats.
Oh, that's so scary.
And I'm like, Leah, you're gonna be the rat news correspondent.
Yeah.
Honestly,
oh my God.
Pipe her in.
Let's
Call
bring her in.
Dude, honestly, I would love to call her and be like, do you have any rat news live? Okay, cool. We'll talk about
Let's
it. But anyway,
next time, Man.
Let's talk about give us your stupid story.
Oh, this is
hell
gonna be
yeah.
good.
Hell yeah.
For someone who's such a humiliated person, this is and it's also a little problematic, girly.
Honestly, those are the best stories.
Yeah, we got a lot of those.
A little female.
One time, Brittany wrote a song about Osama bin Laden.
I wrote a sketch about him right after 9/11.
You're such a freak. You're such a brunette, cute girl, and then you learn that you're such a weird freak, and it's so delightful.
Yeah.
You're like the type of girl that like serial killers would murder because they seem wholesome, but then I'd like put you in a basement. They'd be like, "Oh, yeah,"
and I shock you too much with my stuff.
Oh my God, I get it. I get it. You connect with the horses. I gets enough. Get her out.
All right, give us the story.
Okay, so in high school and middle school and all school, I was like the girl who like was a big virgin. I didn't kiss someone till I was 18. And I went to an all girls school till 9th grade. So I was like primo weird. And I just didn't know how to talk to boys. Like, not a chance. I'd be like, look at my Pogs collection. Like, it was like just
hell yeah.
Talk about Pogs a lot. We have Pog news.
Pogs.
I got a quick Pog thing.
Yes,
One year
please.
we moved.
Yeah.
We didn't have any Christmas ornaments. So we made ornaments out of our Pogs. We put like paper clips on them and our tree was Pogs.
Cool.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Pogs are like weirdo currency.
Yeah.
If you know what Pogs are,
they're cryptocurrency before the bros took it over.
Yes. Yeah. Pogs are weird girl currency.
Getting a new slammer.
Oh my God.
Such a good day.
Yeah. I'm going to put it right in my mouth. That's fine.
Getting a new slammer. Oh God.
God. You mean sexually? No, not at all. It's a game for weird girls.
God, I love this. Anyway, sorry we keep interrupting.
No.
This is how the pod's going to go, by
I know.
the way.
I love it. I love you guys. It's what I expected and cherish. But so I just like didn't know how to talk to boys. You know when you're like weird and you don't know how to talk to boys and it gets compounds because you're like weirder and weirder.
And then you rehearse conversations with them.
Yeah, dude.
And it becomes like bigger and bigger in your mind.
Oh my God.
The longer you don't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you go to an all-girls school, then you go co-ed, you're like the weird big les that like everyone is like, look at this big les who doesn't know how to talk to boys. And you have the Pogs and everyone's like, I fucking told you this chick is weird. And so I would do this where I was like in love with my male best friends.
Oh yeah.
And be like,
always.
One day the air will clear and they won't be in love with like the blonde girl with huge tits, but me with A cups who's 5'11" and weird. That's how this is going to go down. Does not. Never does. And so I was in love with like emo boys too, because I was at like a very preppy school and I was like, oh my God, these guys are like so deep and sad and like I'm deep and sad. And there's this one guy, Jared, and I
Give
became
us the last name.
Jared Ham. Shout out.
Yes.
Shout out always.
We always remember the whole name.
Dude, he's bald now. Suck it.
And look at you.
Dude, I have fake tits. I'm married. You're bald.
Wow, what a big circle that is.
That is a big
Eric Williams.
Big round circle.
Also bald.
Dude.
Also bald now. Thanks for dancing with me that one time though.
That is nice. If you reject a weird girl, you go bald.
Yeah.
Well, okay. There was a guy I had a huge crush on. And then a couple years ago, it came out that his brother, who was like in the Air Force or something, leaked a bunch of like government papers.
Whoa. Snowden?
Yes. It was Eric Snowden, Edward Snowden's brother. Also, I'm 50 like he is.
Yeah. I'm also 50. So I'm married, 50 and sober. Nice to be here.
Anyway.
But so and also, oh my God. Oh, I asked him to prom, by the way, and he said no. And then like felt so bad because everyone was like, you can't say no to someone. So then he was like, actually, yes. And I was like, well, now it's ruined. Now I can't be take backsies. It was so humiliating. I wore a Betsy Johnson dress. It was too tight.
Of course.
Nice.
It was so tight. I had no tits. I can't even accentuate how little tits I had for how tight this fucking dress was. And I got like a perm. It's so bad. Okay. So
do you have pictures of this that you can send us?
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
And I was like president in my graduating class, so I had to make a speech, and it was just like very unserious.
At prom?
Yes.
Whoa.
It's actually Canadian prom is different. It's like weirder and nerdier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't having sex with anybody, as mentioned earlier. But I was starting to like get invited to parties. I got accepted into the cool kids group as like the freak.
Yeah.
You guys know how there's like the freak who's like a virgin, but like you'll like make them do shots and like fall over in front of everybody.
Like like Katie in Mean Girls, right?
Yes,
in the beginning.
Yes, I was a big time Katie.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, self-esteem. Who needs it?
Yeah.
I'll
be the clown for these people so they love me.
I'll eat 6 bagels in front of these
and then
mean
you turn on all
girls.
your other freak friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never did though.
Yeah,
I will say this. I
wouldn't
never
have expected
did.
that.
I am a loyalist to freaks till I die. But I started getting invited to parties, and I'm an alcoholic, so I like had one beer and was like, "This is the greatest thing."
Mm-hmm. You're like, "Wow!" Suddenly, I feel super cool and normal, and you're like throwing up. And you're like, "Everybody's talking about me."
Dude, absolutely. I would be like body rolling in the corner of a party by myself, and be like,
with like spit on your dress.
Oh my God. Wearing like a jean skirt and like an ill-fitting.
And there's like Cheetos on your cheeks and stuff. Man.
Wait, Jesus is my homeboy.
Jesus is my homeboy.
That is such a throwback.
I know.
And I'm sure you got the shirt at Hot Topic.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
I've seen a bunch of photos from when you
I was blonde.
were in this period.
Yeah.
Did you do a show where you showed them? Maybe you just showed them to me.
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did a show like you used to be a drunk and this is what you did, and I was blonde. And there's like photos of me just like on the toilet, like holding pizza with my eyes rolled to the back of my head.
Oh my God. And these are things you posted on Facebook. Because that's what we did at the time.
Facebook
100%.
albums.
Yeah, and it would be 60 photos.
Just me like lying in a pile of my own throw up.
Dude, and let me tell you something. If you weren't invited to those parties, you'd go through that whole fucking
my God.
And you look at everyone who was there.
And you'd be like,
that's Kevin Shue.
Yeah, and they're like, everybody hates Kevin Shue.
What the fuck? They invited Blackout
You see his
Sam
foot in the corner. And he put the pieces together.
Kevin Shue was
like,
a guy.
Yeah, totally.
Kevin Shue,
great last name. Why is Kevin Shue there?
Oh, okay. The Asian guy, but not me. Okay. I'm racist and blonde. Yeah. It's a different time. Sorry, Kevin Shue.
Whoever you are.
Yeah, whoever you are. And sorry you were a virgin too. But like, I was like partying. I was putting the Facebook albums up.
Yep.
I was doing the thing. And I was invited to like a weekend at a cabin party. And I was like,
it's so fun.
This is the weekend. Like someone is going to have sex with me.
Somebody's going to get fingered.
Yeah. Someone's going to not cry at the party. I used to cry at parties big time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a photo. Oh my God, this is not even the story. It just keeps coming back. Oh, there's a photo where like everyone's.
You're just being bombarded by these memories.
I'm like,
let's help her.
We're doing like a repressed memory thing.
Fuck. Okay, so it was like a group. You know when you did like a group photo in the beginning of a party, and then afterwards it was just like the night unraveling. So there was there's a group photo. And there's 2 photos in this album. One, I decided not to wear underpants. Wild.
That's huge, fascinating.
Huge bush. Crazy bush. And there's a photo of me like sitting with a guy that I was trying to fucking lay it down.
Oh my God.
See my puss.
Oh, that's so good.
It's like more paparazzi photos. That's how they all used to be, remember? Yeah.
Dude, and I'm sure somebody bullied you by tagging you on your pussy.
I was sitting with was like so embarrassed.
And you're like, I didn't know I was supposed to shave. Nobody told me.
I'm a feminist and a loser. So someone was making fun of my huge bush.
At the party or after?
At the party. At the party. And I also was like standing near the food. I was always stand close to the food because I was like making sure it didn't get poached, like the good stuff didn't get taken. So I was just like eating guacamole. I'm gonna have a breakdown. Eating guacamole with like my bush.
Eating guacamole with my bush out is going to be the name of this episode, by the way.
That's a perfect title.
Dude,
that's a perfect name for this
people
show.
People bullied me, and like in retrospect, I'm like, yeah, you can't eat guacamole with your bush out. It's crazy.
That is so funny. Oh, man.
Oh, I love this.
So then my God. So then I was like, oh my God, everyone's so mean. I'm so misunderstood. So I was like trying to hide that I was crying at the party. And there's a photo like all the girls looking hot in the front and then me in the back leaning against a post.
You're on the phone, you're on a flip phone being like, Mom, can you put me up there making fun of my bush?
Dude, I would call my mom all the time. I'm crying, but I'm trying to be like casual. I'm leaning and I'm crying. My bush is out. Oh my God. And I'm like, why don't boys like me? And like, I was not unattractive. Like, I wasn't like hot, but I was not like,
you didn't know what to do with it.
Oh, it's just like, God, you are really biffing this with your whole personality.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That wasn't even the story. The other story, the story is like, makes the Bush story look
This is great though, because all these images of you are like really setting everything else up.
It's also bringing so much back from high school parties.
Yeah. High school parties are fucking wow. Do you think your 20s are crazy? High school parties are like a level of growth and learning that is like, wow.
Yeah.
So I got invited to like the weekend party and Jared was there and we were best friends and I was like, he's going to realize. Meanwhile, he's like fucking the hottest girl. And I'm like,
of course. And he's probably John Hamm's son. So he looks like Prince Eric from The Mermaid.
He was hot. He had really beautiful green eyes. I would like listen to music that was just like blue eyes. And I'd be like, oh, me and Jared are going to like make out like in the woods.
Man.
It was always making out in the woods that you were looking forward to because that's like the only place you can make out.
Yeah,
only
you're not
privacy.
gonna have sex. That's crazy.
Yeah, unless
you get drunk enough and someone rapes you, then that's fine. And that's America and God, and that's fine.
America and God.
And I'm from Canada, but it's fine. I kind of sexually assaulted. Okay, well, so I didn't, but I did something a little over the line.
Let's hear it.
This is a comedy
we got
podcast.
A lot of over the line
this
stuff.
Is for the FBI listening right now.
Yeah.
This is all just
it's a joke.
Up.
It's exaggeration.
I don't even have a bush. I have no pussy. I'm not even a person. You're on drugs. No. So I bought Guinness. I went to Ireland with my dad. And so I was going through this thing where I was like, I love Guinness to pretend that I was like unique and had taste. Yeah. But I was like chugging like stout. And it's like
that shit makes you feel so full.
Oh my God.
It's like a milkshake.
Guacamole, Guinness.
Oh my God.
It's just fucking
trifecta.
I'm like an old Irish guy. And like all the hot girls are having like, like vodka and like normal stuff.
They're having UV blue and UV pink lemonade and raspberry burnettes.
Yes. And I'm like
and Pinnacle Whip.
Oh. And they're like all anorexic and I'm just like eating bread and stout, being like, fuck, I'm cool. So I was like dancing in the corner. My best friend Annabelle, who was also a loser, but was like eking in like with me. Yeah. I saw her body rolling in the corner and I was like, dude, sick. And like she was like vomiting herself. And I was like, no. Dude, me and Annabelle are like, we made it. Like, this is huge.
You
found your places.
That was you like coming into Ellis Island.
Yes, dude. Yeah. Finally.
You're like, boys, we did it.
Dude, Annabelle, Andrea, we're in. And also, we also went to the same all-girls school, so we were like huge freaks.
So both of you were doing the same thing.
And I was like, look
Andrea
how far, Andrea Bell, Anna Balls. She was at my wedding. She was wearing a cute little black and white dress. Great gal. So then my crush, I see Jared falling up the stairs. Oh, great sign. Yeah. Just so drunk, like borderline alcohol poisoning situation.
Dude, that means somebody's ready for sex. When they're falling up the stairs.
That is consent as far as I'm concerned, okay?
I also don't think any sex is truly consensual until you're 25.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
no amount of consent.
Dude.
No kind of sex is consensual until you're 25 because you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No. It's humiliating. No one knows how to fuck. I know he'd had sex before, but like he wasn't like on field. Like he was a high school loser. So he was falling up the stairs, and I wasn't being predatory until later, but like mostly it was like, this is my friend. He's so drunk that he's like sick. And I was like, I must help him.
You're like, I have to hold his hair back.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And maybe he'll see that I've always been there for him. He'll show me his penis.
You're a comforting woman.
Yeah, I'm an angel.
Yeah. He can do anything around you.
Right. You can be yourself. With your penis. Yeah. And so I'm like helping him up the stairs. And I'm like, he needs to lie down. Like that is my objective in a bedroom away from other people. and that's good and fine.
Yeah.
And I got him down and I was like bringing him water. And then he like he was lightly passed out, still talking, but lightly passed out.
Oh God.
Yes. And I was like, maybe I'll get in the bed with him just to like be close to check. Till I'm close to check, right? It's good to be close to check, be a good friend.
Yeah. Just so you can feel him breathing constantly.
You're like, I'm feeling his pulse, and you're like, spooning,
dude. Okay,
and your mouth is near his ear.
Yeah, I'm like whispering, like, I fucking love you. I love you so much. You're not far off.
Oh my God.
I got in the bed and I've made myself the little spoon. We're the same height, obviously. I'm not small or dainty. And then I threw his passed out body over me to like form the big spoon. I was basically like making him cuddle with me while passed out, which is so... I'm like, how is my brain? You know what I mean? Where you're like, how does this brain that exists now, how did that brain do that?
Well, you figured it out.
I did. I got what I wanted. I'm a feminist with a big bush, and don't you pass out in front of me.
I will make you spoon me.
Yeah, dude. That's not even the worst part.
Oh, boy.
I raped him. No, I'm kidding. Okay, sorry. People came in to check on him, and they were like, "What are you doing?" They're like, are you cuddling with this like passed out? And I'm like, no, we were, we were like,
he wanted this.
Yeah, we were hooking up.
He was asking for it.
Then he fell asleep.
Look at the way he was dressed.
To like, yes, absolutely. And like, everyone was like, Andrea propped Jared up onto her body.
They knew?
Everyone knew. The whole party knew immediately.
No.
It was so bad.
Because his arms were just like
he was
over you like
fucking
that.
Asleep.
Yeah.
Also, I love that in this scenario, everyone is so drunk that they're like falling over, and tumbling over the stairs and throwing up, and they're like, there's no way he did that.
Yes. They're like, you're a dog. Listen, he can throw up and choke on it, but there's no way he would view you as a person.
There's no way he would cuddle you.
Not after the bush guacamole
Bush girl,
tonight.
let's be honest.
And everyone saw.
Everyone saw.
Sorry.
Everyone's talking about it. And everyone saw you like just put his rigor mortis body on top of you.
So then did he wake up with you?
No, so everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're a freak loser," and then he woke up and was like, "Where am I?"
Yeah, and
he also had blood everywhere. I think he fell. So it was like a blood vomit situation. And then he was like trying to fight other dudes.
Oh no!
He's like, "Where am I?" And I'm like, "It's okay, baby." And he's like, "Who's this bush freak?" And then
he's like, "Where am I? Andrea, get away from me." He didn't know anything except for that you were bush guacamole girl.
Near you.
He's like, "Andrea, get away. I'm gonna fight these guys."
How many times do I have to tell you this?
Yeah, why do you keep looking at me like that?
Yeah, I know. I would like gaze forlorningly at him.
Yeah.
And they were fighting. He was fighting people. He was like rolling on the ground. He was vomiting. Like it was so bad to the point that we were like, maybe we need to get him to the hospital.
Yeah.
And then he finally calmed down, but like the word had spread. But great twist of fate. Okay.
9/11 happened.
9/11 happened.
And then everybody forgot about it.
Forgot everything.
I poisoned everyone at the party with CO2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, another girl, Christine Yam. Good girl, nice girl,
and ham.
I know. She was the Asian. She was the Asian at the party.
Everybody in your high school, their last name was
Ram.
Yes. It was just
That's
food.
Tommy Ram.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was rhyming at first.
That's all right. We got there.
Ham and lamb. Yeah. Okay.
Circle, whatever.
Big round circle.
Round circle.
Giant
dog.
circle.
This is the red table talk.
Big bubble.
Yeah. Big round circle. Bush guacamole. So Christine.
Another great title for the app.
Oh my God, I love a snappy title.
That's right.
So Christine Yam also got shit canned. I'd also seen her like one time Coke fell over the floor and it was like a carpet, and I saw her like an anteater trying to like get it off the carpet.
Hell yeah.
She was a fucking fiend, man. That bitch was cool as fuck.
She's like getting a bunch of filaments up in there
dude.
too.
Yeah,
going real hard on the carpet.
Sniffing up dog hair. and like dust with a little bit of coke in it.
And I'm like licking guacamole off the table, being like addicts.
Yeah,
man, this is such a good scene.
This is great.
I love all these characters.
It's so rich.
Yeah,
but it's like you remember that shit so well because it was every moment was so high stakes.
Yeah.
So Christine Yam got turned, and we put her to bed, and she pissed the bed. And she was wearing a shirt that said PP Island on it.
What?
We were like, let's go. And I was like, God, I was twisting that story. I was like, Christine Yam, fucking PP Island. Isn't that great? Like, I was spinning.
So your story did get 9/11 then.
It did. I got PP Island 9/11. Yeah. And
this is working out so well.
I have never been more grateful that Christine Yam has lost her faculties.
It's like the news cycle almost.
Truly. Yeah. It was Fox News. Yeah. And I was becoming a byline.
God. It's so funny. It's like when Trump got shot and then Biden stepped down. So they forgot that he got shot.
Yes. Christine Yam was the Biden of that situation.
Yeah. God. That is incredible.
Oh my God. And another party, same place.
Wait, it was the same weekend? Getaway thing?
Same place, but another weekend getaway. Still invited back. Crushing.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely crushing.
Was Christine Yam invited back?
Yes, she was.
Well, I mean, they're right? You guys are the ones making it interesting.
Who are we gonna laugh
That's
at?
True,
right?
Yeah.
Fucking throwing a diaper,
It also
Christine.
creates safety for everybody else.
Yes.
Because they know they're not the one in focus.
They're not PP Island.
Yeah.
Dude, PP Island is so funny.
I know.
Also, wait, hold on. We just brushed past the fact that you were like, she was wearing a shirt that said
why? Where did this come from?
I
think it was normal.
It was like a dad shirt because this was like a family home. So I think she like probably pissed all over everything. And then someone like changed her. Because also someone changed Jared because he was covered in blood and vomit.
Oh, so she didn't come wearing a shirt that said PP Island.
PP Island shirt was put on. And then we were all like,
that's funny.
Wait, was it PEE?
Yes.
So
it's about pee.
It's about, I don't know where it came from. I don't know if someone just was like the funniest person alive.
Well, there were a lot of weird shirts like that back then.
Yeah, like
just weird, like
dad
they were
fishing
jokes,
shirt.
sort of, but they were like really
like
absurd.
Jesus is my homeboy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a novelty shirt for sure.
I guess like Shit Island would make more sense because it's like a solid in the middle of water, but like PP Island, wouldn't the ocean be the PP? I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was by the ocean too. So, and I took Jared out and I drowned him so that no one would ever know.
Tell anybody.
Don't believe victims if it's men. That's my stance. If it's men that I assaulted, don't believe them.
And if it's basically just a hug.
It's a hug. Okay?
It's a long horizontal hug. It's nice.
Owed me that. Because I was your friend.
Because I liked you and I thought about how much I liked you so much.
Dude, he is crying telling this story to his wife who married him before he got bald.
Yes. And she's a lawyer and
she's
like,
hot. Jeez.
Yeah. By the way, I fucked that guy in college, not for nothing.
Oh.
Full round circle. I got it.
Round circle.
Someone lost a little weight and got in there and fucked Jared Ham.
Somebody stopped eating so much guacamole and shaved their bush.
Okay. I got a bald pussy and an eating disorder. Let's go.
Anyway, okay, the same party.
So same place, different party. I used to like go take baths when I was like, I would go to take baths during parties all the time. I was like, I feel sick and call my mom, take a bath.
She would tell you to take a bath?
No, but I definitely would call my mom like crying for sure without a hitch.
I guess this makes sense because I feel like during that time there was this like thing where you would get drunk and sit in people's bathtubs and take pictures.
Yeah.
Like there was that kind of
Thank you for trying to make this more normal. I appreciate that.
I'm just trying to connect it.
But you did it alone, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to like run a bath and then like light candles.
No, it's crazy.
And then call your mom. You put like rose petals out and you read a book.
Dude, I know there's video of this and I know my face this whole podcast is like bright red because I'm laughing so much thinking about how fucking embarrassing this is. I don't know. I was like, I'm nauseous. Mom, I don't feel good.
There's a video of you running a bath, calling your mom?
There's not a video, but I went and I took a bath.
Yeah.
But I was so drunk that I only got like, I don't know, this much water. Like
it takes a long time.
It does take a long time. And so then I was just laying drunk in the bath with like
in a puddle,
a hand towel covering my bush.
The bush plays such a big part in all this.
The bush is a story, is a character
You're
in
always
this.
being reminded of
like
it.
New York is a character in Sex and the City.
It is. I just like didn't lock the door, and the coolest, hottest guy with the coolest, hottest girl like came into the bathroom to fuck.
Oh no!
Just me lying there like. Fully naked, no tits, huge bush. Just
you have provided
vibing.
So many stories for every person for the rest of their lives at those parties.
That's true. Yeah,
those people still talk about this.
That's probably the most interesting thing that's ever happened to them.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, remember Andrea Allan in the bath?
Nothing has happened to them since high school. That was it.
No, there's not a lot of girls out there taking baths at parties. You just simply don't hear of it.
That's right. That's right. You're one of a kind.
Yes,
one of a kind.
God.
Did you get a lot of like in your yearbook? Were there a lot of like people being like this, like a line that's like
remember that
bush guacamole or whatever?
They called me guac vag for a while, which was tough. Which was tough to get over.
I love when kids like make nicknames for people. But they're just so unoriginal.
Yeah.
Like, it would be funny if, like, Brittany, like, let's say, shit her pants and everybody called her Shitney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're just like, they're just like, guac vag.
Dude.
Because you eat guacamole and we saw your pussy once. It's, like, so unoriginal.
Although a t-shirt with guac vag written on it, kind of slay.
Yeah.
I should reclaim that pain.
That's and then do it again. You know what? Halloween is coming up. We should all be angry for Halloween.
Yeah, let's
and put on a tight dress, put a bush on, and then eat guacamole near your table.
Well, an icon, dude. Just everyone.
I'm gonna come with the hand towel in my bush.
Yes, that,
and I'm gonna wear a naked suit.
Yeah, wear a flesh-colored suit and then be wet.
Oh my God, these are intricate, but if you pull it off, yeah. I mean, I was just like. I don't really care what people think about me. Obviously, people I respect, I care, but like the general public, I've always been like, it's fine. Like,
of course,
once you're guac vag, it's over.
Yeah.
And you're like, and then you live in New York, and I'm like, you can be guac vag all over New York City for years, and no one will know.
Yeah. To be
I love it.
To be free.
It is.
Yeah.
And I've like always known that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what am I gonna not be cool? I'm already my pussy's already out.
Yeah.
Let's eat the guac. It's fine.
I completely agree. I ordered a wallet chain on Amazon today.
You've been thinking about that for a year.
For a long time.
Yes.
Good job,
It's
Ellie.
because I put this outfit on and I was like, dude, this would, I'd really make this.
Step into your power, dude.
A fucking wallet chain. I'm like, I gotta get back into it.
Yeah.
I just,
you had them in high school, right?
Oh, big time. That's when the first time I got high. I was biking back and I had a wallet chain on and it got caught in the bike and then I went ass over tea kettle and got road rash from my shoulder to my hip.
God. See, if that was now at our age, we'd like have to take a week off. But when you're young, you're like, I'm bleeding.
I got home and my mom didn't even find out about it.
Yeah, no, amazing. No, I know. Yeah, I like drank, but oh my God, this other girl, oh my God, can this podcast be 6 hours? Yeah. This girl who's like my bully best friend. Did you guys have one of these?
Oh, yes.
Where you were like, she was the popular girl who like brought me in.
Yeah.
And so then I had to be like her little bitch boy all the time.
Yeah,
and she would like,
so she's Regina George.
Yes, she was Regina George, but like not even hot.
Brittany's never been to high school. She just saw me.
I only saw that movie a few times.
And she's like
I
Katie
memorized,
Heron.
I memorized her school details.
You were basically homeschooled through college. Yeah.
Dude, Brittany's an alien from another planet.
No, you are. You really are. And thank God. I hate boring people. So you're fantastic. But this bitch was like, if you put Jack Daniels in bong water, then you'll get drunk and high. So in front of like God and all the cool kids, I was just like pounding Jack Daniels bong water. And then was like,
you were drinking it.
Pouring Jack Daniels into the bong and then drinking it.
My God.
Like, this is
Did it work?
No. No.
I was just curious.
It is. Yeah, right. Science. I mean, I was curious enough to try it.
I guess it is just like the ash and stuff.
Yeah.
There's no like THC or whatever.
That's what I was thinking was going to happen. But no, I was just like rolling on the floor in my own vomit.
I did knifers so many times in like college.
Huh?
Knifers?
What are knifers?
It's when you smoke weed, but you put it on 2 butter knives on the stove.
That's crack.
It's
Brittany.
terrible.
You smoke smoked crack.
She's like, you know what? Weed is a rock.
Yeah. And it's glass. There's like a glass.
And then you heat it up on tinfoil and then you smoke the smoke that comes up. It's that kind of weed.
Weed with like a needle. The weed is in a needle.
But yeah, I think it's just like
weed.
Yeah. I guess I don't know why we were doing it like that.
Well, probably
to be hard. It made it stronger, I guess.
Well, there's also a lot of like creative. I feel like when you're a kid, there's a lot of creative ways that you smoke weed because nobody wants to like buy a bong or whatever. Like I remember there was one time I would always make bongs out of like a Gatorade bottle, a piece of chewing gum, and then the like straw part of a pen.
Yeah.
And so one time my mom came home. And she found the ink thing from the pen. And she's like, Allie, you think I don't know what the fuck this is?
And really?
I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? She's like, I think you're smoking weed. And then I cried.
Oh, you got me, Mom. You got me.
Yeah.
And then I was
Did
like,
you call your mom and take a small bath? Because that is.
Also, meanwhile, my mom smoked every day, all day, from the time she woke up to the time she went to bed, my entire life, by the way. And she's like, you don't think I know what the fuck this is? Because I'm making them. It's like, all right, Mom.
Yeah, and she's like, and why are you not sharing it with me? You're my daughter.
Yeah, and she's like, you don't pay rent here. You gotta give us some of your weed. She's like, who's your guy?
And it's your dad.
I know, my dad's not that cool.
Yeah, I smoked weed out of a baby carrot once. That was probably
baby carrot?
A baby carrot. Yeah,
as like a little
one hitter. Did it
that's
work?
Smart.
Wait,
pretty good.
Did it work, or is it too moist?
I don't know. Unclear.
Maybe the moistness is good.
Yeah, maybe
it's like a little bong. Gives it a little.
Yeah. I think I tunneled out,
cools it down,
and then I put tinfoil.
Yeah,
and then I put crack in it like you did, and I smoked it, and it was very nice.
Nice,
it was a nice time.
Man, that's very inventive.
Yeah,
baby carrot.
You know,
you're just looking at all objects in your apartment as like potential vessels.
Yeah,
totally. Like people would smoke out of apples and shit, which is kind of the same thing.
For sure.
With the baby carrot,
cucumber. But, oh my god, this is another memory. This is like the Matrix where I'm like downloading my history. The first time I smoked weed, my cool slut friend who's like, mom was on Percocets, you know the girl.
Yep.
She was like going into a room with a guy and she was really drunk, and me and my big old bush was like, absolutely not.
Dude, you know what? I know girls like that. You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to a dog park, but there's always one narc dog.
Yes.
That when other dogs start playing, they start barking at the dogs.
Yes.
That was you.
That was me being like, I don't think so.
I'm not having sex, so nobody can.
I felt like I don't know where I
doing
learned.
That the other day.
It was like
Rat News.
It was Rat News. It was on Rat News. It was like not dare, but like some sort of consent thing that I had learned in school.
It was dare for consent.
Yeah, but it was also like an all-girls school again, like who's trying anything. But she was so drunk that I was like, she could be getting sexually assaulted. And she was fully just having sex, and I like brammed the door open. It was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. My pussy's out.
But it is like once you learn about that stuff, it's like you start to think you're seeing it everywhere.
It was
totally.
And you probably are seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, you did right by her, I think.
Thank you.
It's better to check.
Again, I'm a weirdo. I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
I'll run right into your
as long as you didn't run in bush out crying.
No.
Because that probably would have killed
you. On the phone with your mom.
I did try.
Yeah, and you're like, Mom, my friend's getting raped.
I'm watching this.
And then she's like less drunk than you, being like, I'm fine.
You should maybe go to
she's
therapy.
Like,
though.
I'm in love.
Yeah. This is kind of I did try to get into a threesome once and was rebuffed. So
wait, hold on.
How do you step into it? Is it like with jump rope?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
you
like nervously, you're like, wait, up.
Hey.
Wait, was it two people fucking and you're like, let's make this something else?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Yep. I was wearing a silk robe.
That's a difficult task.
Yeah.
What?
That's really.
Like, hold on. You were wearing a silk robe?
Yeah.
Was that so that you didn't have to say it? They would just see you and know what was going on?
Yes. It was not far from here. Again, I was like an indie sleaze, McKibben Lofts, Bushwick, fucking Brooklyn bitch, going to an art school, pretending I was cool and poor, even though I was rich. I had an apartment and I used to hang out with like all guys in bands. So they have their show, their shitty show. And I have like an after party. And I was like also in love with all of them.
Of course.
As per high school. And was
cute
like
emo boys.
Oh my God.
They're also
different
just like
level.
old boys who you don't know individually at all, but like the idea of them being in a band is so you're like, I'll literally take any one of them.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And they know, they all know that you're like desperately in need of their approval. So like, can we have a huge party at your house and clean nothing?
Like,
Absolutely.
And then you like change your decor.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll pay you to perform.
You leave
I'll
out
show
your coolest t-shirt and then you're like, oh, sorry. Sorry, that needs to go in the wash.
Have you heard of The Strokes?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes. So we had a party back at my place and I had a friend visiting from out of town and everyone just went to the bedrooms, including my bedroom, to have sex. Not this guy. And I was like, yeah, totally. Just like head back in.
They fuck on top of your Strokes t-shirt that you hoped they would see.
Yeah, no, it's actually vintage, but just move it aside. And then I don't know why. I was like, probably manic. You know what I mean? Like so much of this stuff is like probably just unmedicated mental illness, being like, I feel an energy. And I'm like, no, your brain is wrong. And I was like, these two are having sex. He's my friend. She's my friend. Why not? Throw it out there. So I came with the robe on.
No, wait, hold on.
Fully, yes.
Full bush.
Full bush, baby. Full bush. And I was just kind of like, I kind of just like, was like,
yeah.
Like
you just do it slowly to let them respond.
What do we think?
Yeah.
Absolute no's across the board. They were like, get out. I was like, this was a joke.
This is so
This was a joke.
This was a joke.
God.
I'm joking. I'm going to go to the other room and try.
You're just trying to like sneak in. You're like,
in the corner with the robe, like Mr. Bean style. And they were like, no, you're
like,
my friend.
They're like, Andrea, what are you doing?
Ew.
It's kind of like, it's hard to even imagine the opposite, that they'd be like, yeah, get in here.
No, it's crazy.
You know?
It's fully crazy.
Well, if everybody was on E, that would happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I called it E like I'm 4, dude.
You know,
Ecstasy is a street drug.
I'm like, you know how everybody's on E
I was at
nowadays?
Maggie's last night, Maggie's birthday party, and me and Jill Wiener were talking about drugs that we've done. And I was like, listening them out, and I was like, and I was like, should I say MDMA or ecstasy?
I know,
And then
dude.
I was like, which one do I use? And I said ecstasy, and I felt so stupid.
I mean,
we didn't address it, but I was like,
They're kind of
it feels
different
wrong.
things, though.
I think I did MDMA.
MDMA is more pure, right?
I don't know.
I think that ecstasy was rebranded like in 2014.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, actually it's Molly, it's MDMA.
Yeah.
So it's like more pure, but I'm sure there's still like bleach and shit in it.
Yeah.
But ecstasy just seems like
ecstasy is like
childish
a 90s
or something.
rave party drug.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about it, like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like the pressed pills and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I did Molly when I was like in college and shit and like after college, it would come as like a powder in a bag.
Yeah.
And you would either swallow it or you'd rub it on your gums.
Yeah.
Whereas like ecstasy was like the pressed pills.
Yeah.
And you were like, I might die. Like the like, because in Vancouver, where I'm from, there was like, Vancouver's a port city. So all of the drugs come in through there. So there was ecstasy just like cut with rancid shit.
Yeah.
And it was like, all the ads were like, this one pill could be the last thing you ever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I was really scared of ecstasy. And then I was like, I'm going to go to Montreal, do it, go to a dance club that has no alcohol. So everyone's just like on drugs. Was there meth in the ecstasy? Yes.
I'm pretty sure I did meth on accident too before. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm angry.
I was like, this doesn't feel the same as last time at all.
People were like trying to massage you and I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, you just feel like
I'm just
irritable.
irritated.
Yeah.
Meth, like I've done that. I mean, I haven't done meth on purpose before, but I've done Molly a bunch of times and there's like the one time where you're like, oh, this feels bad.
I know.
Yeah.
And it feels similar. This is crazy. But I take Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels like when I take Adderall and I like didn't sleep enough or didn't eat enough and I'm like not taking care of myself and I'm like overstimulated and weird, like jittery.
Ugh, I hate the worst feeling.
But it was way worse. It was like way more extreme than when I just take my drugs that I'm prescribed.
Yeah. God, love drugs that I'm prescribed. Just keep pilling it up.
I love drugs that I'm legally taking for
what's the craziest
of my
drug
health.
that you've ever taken? Because I'm curious.
I mean, well, I don't feel like any of them are crazy. I've done acid.
I've never done
mushrooms.
acid. I hate
mushrooms are like just regular now. I feel like
I know, and it's a sin, and I'm against it.
Yeah,
you don't like.
And then I've done coke
mushrooms?
and stuff.
I hate mushrooms.
Oh, you don't like?
It's the most evil thing ever, and everyone's so fucking casual about it.
Yeah,
and then you're a nightmare to talk to, and then you're like, I'm microdosing. And it's Sunday afternoon, and I have to be like, you're kind of scary. You're actually scaring me a lot right now, and I think you might have schizophrenia. Yeah. I'm like so anti-drugs.
I wouldn't have expected this.
Okay, it's because I was an unmedicated mentally ill person and everyone was like, drugs are medicine.
Yeah.
I'm like, for a lot of people, it's really a terrible idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking do drugs all you want. Like people who can't handle drugs.
Yes.
I'm also sober. So people who can't handle their shit on drugs
so
annoy the shit out of me.
Totally.
They're like, I'm actually sober. However, I took 17 Mollies and fucking I'm high and it's a Sunday afternoon and I'm like, you are a nightmare.
Dude, it's like when people are like, I'm California sober, so I don't drink alcohol and I don't have caffeine because that's bad for you, but I smoke weed every hour of the day.
Every single
and
moment.
I'm like, you're still running from something, dude.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, you're not unmedicated. Like you're still altering your mind.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I posted this thing and you liked it, which I found fun. I was like,
what was it?
Brittany likes
what
this.
do I even
Interesting.
like? Who am I?
I posted this thing that was like,
Let's see.
Every time I have a conversation with another person now, like 10 seconds into it, I'm like, oh, enough. Like I have such low tolerance for other people now.
Yeah. And I just feel myself floating away. And I'm like, now you're being rude, but you got to be here.
Yes.
And I'm just
so then they're like, I'm actually doing ketamine therapy. And I'm like, you have borderline personality disorder. Go to a mental hospital. Ketamine's not even going to touch this. You're annoying. You're actually clinically annoying. And I could not. The fact that you're on substances that is making your personality louder is a crime, and I want to put you in prison. I'm all about prisons and cops, and if you have a personality that's slightly agitating now, I'm like, jail. I hate you.